coming to y'all.
What did we do?
You're outnumbered. Hey, chill out.
Point blank. This has just started to happen over the past couple of days.
That's the fucking guy that murdered her, right there. That guy. Right there.
He was not a criminal.
Yeah, let's hear what he's got to say for himself, huh?
And I've seen all the videos and I've seen what happened, but when I actually saw that on my way to my, like, you know, middle class job, I was shocked.
Careful. Slick there, guys.
It's all the fucking brown shirt himself, wearing a fucking Nazi trench coat, trying to control the libs. What a
Stay
fucking,
back.
That's shitty fucking leadership, boys, right here.
Politics in this nation is the people. This democracy is built on average Americans across this country. We are the people in the Constitution of the United States. And it's us that must defend our Constitution, defend our laws, and ask for accountability. Because if we do not get justice for Renee, none of us have justice. And we also know that delayed justice is denied justice. And in this moment right now, we know that BCA yesterday this morning put out a press statement saying that they are leaving the investigation. We are clear about our demands. We want every agency responsible for the protection of the citizens of this great state and city to take their responsibility.
We demand the immediate arrest and prosecution of the ICE agent responsible, the public release of the agent's name, full disclosure of all video and body camera footage, termination of the agent's employment, the withdrawal of ICE from the state of Minnesota, and the establishment of a victims' compensation fund to support Renee Good's child and family.
Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! You are here right now. We have a second chance to do this. Minneapolis, we are.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy. It was used to perpetuate a violent act that this officer took action to protect himself and to protect his fellow law enforcement. This is an experienced officer who followed his training, and we will continue to let the investigation unfold into the individual and continue to follow the procedures and policies that happen in these use of force cases. But let's remember the events that surrounded what happened yesterday on that tragic situation was that these individuals had followed our officers all day, had harassed them, had blocked them in. They were impeding our law enforcement operations, which is against the law, and when they demanded and commanded her to get out of her vehicle several times, she did not. So we'll continue to allow this process to unfold and recognize that these law enforcement officers every single day put their lives on the line. They go out and do their jobs. They go out and...
For a domestic terrorist, though, without...
This was an act of domestic terrorism, which is perpetuating...
...to who she was or what she was about, and yet now you're saying...
These policies and procedures that follow a use of force situation like this are continuing to be put in place. So this is standard operating procedure after every use of force situation, is that we follow these procedures and protocol. You know, we've got thousands of officers there, and I'm not opposed to sending more if necessary to keep people safe. Back up here.
Talk a little bit about the experience of the officer and some of his background. How much training did he have? How much training in these types of situations did he have, even if he's from the region?
Yeah, I'm not going to get specific to this officer, but he's an experienced officer that has served a number of years, and we recognize that he acted according to his training, and we have expect that all the policies and procedures of review will be exactly that he acted appropriately to protect his life and the life of his colleagues and fellow law enforcement officers that were there and people that were surrounding. Yes.
Minutes ago, the head of Minnesota State Investigations Agency said that they had been cut out of the investigation into the fatal shooting in Minneapolis. Can you explain that reversal?
I'd like to know where they've been and why they're not out on the streets investigating all of these people that are harassing and inciting violence on law enforcement officers right now. They're allowing this situation to be volatile. They're not doing their work. They haven't for years, and maybe they should get to work a little bit on the unprecedented fraud that we've seen in Minnesota. They have not been cut out. They don't have any jurisdiction in this investigation.
We want to make sure that this investigation is fair, is thorough, and is complete. And I was saying yesterday that I was not going to preempt the work of the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, as they were a really important component of this investigation itself, but seemingly they've been blocked out entirely from doing this work by the FBI and this Trump administration. So is it problematic? Absolutely. Am I concerned about this development? Of course I am. We want to make sure that there is a check on this administration to ensure that this investigation is done for justice, not for the sake of a cover-up. That's the underlying concern. First priority, safety. Second priority, get ICE the hell out of here. They are not contributing to the safety of this city. They are causing chaos in it. Not to mention a horde of constitutional violations that we see each and every day. The top thing that this Trump administration is looking for is an excuse to come in with militarized force, to further occupy our streets, to cause more chaos, to have this kind of civil war on the streets of America in a democratically run city. We cannot give them what they want. We cannot take the bait. I'm not the same mayor that I was in May of 2020. I'm not the same person. I have learned lessons, gained experience that have made me a better mayor and a better leader. And I use those experiences every single day, including and especially during a crisis like this. Moreover, we have an entire city worth of 435,000 people out there that is very clear-eyed about what they need to do, both to get justice, but also to protect these communities. And they're very clear-eyed that if someone is going down the route where they themselves are causing chaos, they themselves are creating unrest, they themselves are breaking a window or whatever it may be, that actually hurts the cause that so many of us are pushing for. So I'm confident that our community knows the best direction as to how to proceed. I'm confident that my administration here at the city is going to be working with them to get justice, to do right, and to protect these neighbors that we love.